Good afternoon, Wellington, and welcome to another episode of Afternoons with Anthony. I'm your host, Anthony Savage from Main Street, Wellington. Today, we're joined by our special guest, Tessa Owen from Simply Yoga. I want to start out today by extending a huge thank you to each of our viewers and to all of our Wellington area businesses that are fighting through the tough days that we're all facing. Now, I want you guys to not forget to smash the like button on the video. I want you to subscribe to our channel so that you can stay informed about everything Main Street Wellington has going on. And I also would appreciate it if you'd share these videos and our channel with your friends and family. I want to thank all of our viewers again just for thinking of us and for supporting us through this COVID-19 situation. And again, I want to thank Tessa for being here today with us. Thank you, Tessa.
Thank you, Anthony, for having me.
Oh, it's great to have you on. I hope that all of our viewers get a chance to watch your show here today with us, as well as the other episodes we have recorded and are going to be having in the next few days. So right now we're in a challenging time. As I already said, we're dealing with the coronavirus, the fallout that's having on our communities and on Wellington, where we all serve the community here. So during this time, how are you serving your customers?
So right now I'm currently taking my yoga classes virtual. So when the mandated shutdown happened on March 16th, I closed the studio doors and I kind of researched and, figured out how to go about continuing my business. So most of the yoga instructors that I'm in contact with were finding great luck with Zoom. So that is the platform that I used or currently using is Zoom. And the nice thing about that is that Zoom was able to be linked up to my scheduling page. So it was kind of a seamless transition. So they just had to download the Zoom app and then they would register for classes the exact same way as they did when we were in studio. And then they just get the Zoom link and we have a virtual class. So
just like our meeting right now.
Just like our meeting right now. So
it's good to see you have some experience with it now. Awesome. I hope that continues to grow for you.
Me too.
So this pandemic, we're learning new things. We're finding out some things about ourselves we didn't know. So what's something you think the pandemic's taught you about yourself?
I guess the biggest thing is, like, before this, I knew that I was blessed and loved, but just the way that I was able to smoothly transition from owning and running a studio business, I was able to shift roles and transition back into working as a nurse to kind of keep my family and everything afloat during this time. So very blessed that my yogis the last 3 years have continued to support and do all my crazy ideas, and have stepped into the virtual world. And then the relationships that I have built being a private duty nurse over the last 10 years, it's hard to find home health nurses. And so there's always openings, and those families have actually welcomed me back into their home to help fill some of these hours. So
perfect.
I'm very, very, very blessed.
I'm glad. That's
me
good.
Too. Me too. So
it
makes my heart happy.
We need some positivity during this time,
right?
Yeah. So considering the challenges that your business and all businesses are dealing with right now, what are some changes that you think you're going to have to make going forward with your business once we get on the other side of the COVID-19 crisis?
So right now, the thing that I think will come with Simply Yoga is the possibility to, when we have our in-person classes, the ability to also have the option for Zoom. So I've had a lot of people that have stepped over from one style of yoga, let's say the trapeze yoga, and they have no mat yoga experience. I've had some people tell me that they're not comfortable coming into a yoga studio like that, but have actually stepped onto their yoga mats virtually. So, so would they come to the studio when we open? She said, they're like, probably not. But if you offer the Zoom, then I could come into the classes because they feel comfortable in their homes with the ability to have the video and sound on or off. So I'm thinking maybe,
Have an
offering
integrated
that,
class
yeah,
where
having
people
that
can be live.
option for them to join us, or for, like, people are busy. So if they can't make a 7 a.m. class, then they could Zoom it. You know what I mean? So that's kind of my
Absolutely.
thought right now is a change that might possibly come with Simply Yoga.
Great. And with your private Facebook group and people that are registered in your class, with Zoom, just like we're recording it now to post on YouTube later, you could create a private video and send the links to watch a session after it's aired live to the people that subscribe to your Zoom sessions, and then they can watch it on that private link, and it's not out there as free content for everyone. That way, you're still able to use it to help your business. So that
I
help you.
love that you just said that. So anybody that knows me knows technology and I are not friends. So I will be reaching back out to you to help me with this. I
No
actually
problem.
have a private YouTube channel that I have recorded some of our Zoom sessions, and I have a few videos uploaded. So that is in my plan, but I can't figure out how to keep it private but yet share it with my yogis. So I'm going to need your help, Anthony.
I'm happy to help. Yeah,
Yay.
that's what we're here for. Main Street Wellington's always here to help our community,
Yes.
for sure.
So awesome. So thank you for bringing that up.
One of the many perks of membership.
Right.
For sure. So what's some other things you think Main Street Wellington can do to help you with your business?
Just I guess the big thing is just keeping up with sharing and promoting my events or my business and things like that.
Absolutely.
So, and then obviously now it's going to be a little more of the technology side.
Sure.
So.
Yeah. And we don't claim we're perfect. We don't claim we're the be all out there expert in the field, but we will do everything we can to get you out there. Just send us the info you need promoted, and we'll put it out there. It is hard for us as an organization to see what everybody's got going on in the background
Right.
and put it out there ourselves. But when it's brought to our attention, we're more than happy to put it out for you.
Yay.
We want
you.
we want you and all the other businesses to do well and to thrive here in Wellington. It's a great place to live. It's a great place to work, and we want to keep it that way and make it even better.
I agree.
Absolutely. So other than your business, I'm sure, part of the, yoga instructor lifestyle is probably eating pretty healthy, maybe some guilty pleasures in there mixed in. But what would you say your favorite thing to eat is?
So I've been thinking about this, and anybody that knows me knows that I love to eat. Like, I work out so I can eat, and I can't help myself, but that's just me. So, so it's one of two items right now. So it's either a banana with peanut butter,
Okay.
or I am really loving my cottage cheese with avocado tomato. So I'm eating a lot of those items right now. So
I actually like to eat cottage cheese with tomatoes.
yay, me too.
I've never thrown in the avocado. I'll have to try that. I do like avocados.
I love avocados. It's just,
Do you just slice it up and put it on top?
Yep, I just chunk it. I chunk everything, just throw it in a bowl, mix it up, some salt and pepper, and I start eating.
That's cool. I can relate with you there a little bit.
Yeah. That's me.
So So when the restrictions are lifted and life goes back to whatever normal is going to be, what is the first place you'll go that you can't go right now?
To a yoga studio. I need to step onto my mat, and I just need to let this all go. So I am so looking forward to being able to go into a yoga studio and take a class. Like, yoga is my everything. So that's where I'll be.
So what I just learned from you is, even though you're a yoga teacher, yoga instructor, you're still teachable. And you still like
Yeah.
to go, and you still like to
So
be part of others' classes.
So yoga is a lifelong practice. You're always learning, you're evolving, you're changing. So I will always be a student of yoga.
Awesome. That's cool.
Mhm.
Now in Wellington, there's a lot of great choices for places to eat. I know there's going to be in the coming months later this year. If everything goes according to plan, there'll be a few new places to eat here in town. But what restaurant here do you miss eating at the most? And I know we can get carry out still, but like dining
Right.
in.
So dining in. Um, so I'm going to have to say probably dining in at Bread and Brew.
Yeah.
So I love coffee, and I would spend a lot of time up at Bread and Brew, you know, talking with the lovely ladies that work back there, and then meeting friends or yogis at Bread and Brew for coffee and the conversation. So
That's
I
cool.
miss that.
I miss Bread and Brew also. As you may know, my office at Trent Insurance Group is right next door. So that's kind of one of my guilty pleasures, is going there and getting
Right.
getting a nice coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
I miss that
So
a lot now that I'm working out of my home office.
yes, that's funny. So I'll go up to the studio every couple of days just to kind of check in, make sure everything's okay. And I've been stopping in at Bread and Brew because coffee is what I need.
Yeah, coffee is
So,
life, right?
yeah, that's right. So yeah, so I'm thankful that I'm still able to see them and get my coffee. So yeah.
Wonderful. I just look forward to the days when we can go in there and hang out again with our friends and
Mm-hmm.
kind of have a little bit more of a social interaction in public again.
Yes,
That's
me
that's
too.
one of the things that's been. I'm very extroverted, as they say, and being cooped up at home and having to stay away from people and wearing a mask when I'm out in public. It's not part of my not part of my nature. So
Right.
it's like it's like one of the worst things ever for me, actually. But I'm learning to deal with it, and I can't wait until things are a little bit more relaxed and we can get back to um, what used to be reality somewhat,
Right.
for sure.
I agree. I agree.
Now, aside from restaurants, there's a lot of places to go here in town. So what business do you miss shopping at the most?
Um, I'm gonna have to say the Charmed Farmhouse. So it's a couple of doors down. They have, uh, you know, cute decor. They have essential oils. They have fun classes. And to be honest, that would be a business that I would go into kind of between classes to browse and talk with Jocelyn and her mom. So the Charmed Farmhouse. And again, there's that connection. It's not just the things in the store, but it's also the people that
Right.
draw me. So the Charmed Farmhouse.
Do you think that the Charm Farmhouse is going to participate in the new Wellington currency system coming out?
They probably will, because they will be able to hopefully very soon have people come through the store, and the restroom is.
I know. And if you watch my video yesterday, you'll see that this is very popular commodity right now. So I bet that you'll at least get a 50% discount there with every roll of toilet paper you give them.
Right.
I can't confirm that, but it might be the case. You never know. But we're all, I'm sure, we have more of this in most of our houses than we have cash on hand. So, especially with how people are shopping with that stimulus money at Walmart these days.
Right. Well, I don't know. I've not been into Walmart, so not sure about that.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of the internet memes about
Oh,
carts full of toilet paper.
gotcha.
Fun times.
Yes.
So what place in town have you been going for your groceries?
So actually, prior to all this, we have a local farm that does grass-fed and pasture-raised. So we actually just buy halves of beef and pork, and I
Really?
order like 20 chickens. So the freezer's good. For my fresh produce and whatnot, I used to make a very long trip. So for those things, but now I'm just having everything delivered to the house. So
Oh, great.
yep.
So
So
you're
yeah, so
staying social distanced and safe.
yeah, yeah. So supporting local as usual. So
Awesome. Now I know you have a social media account on Facebook for your business, as well as a website, and then you have your private group for your yogis, right?
yeah.
Okay, so
Yep.
I'm gonna pull up your Facebook here and share it with our viewers and let you kind of talk a little bit about what you're doing on social media.
Okay.
So here we go. Here is your Facebook page.
So here on the Facebook page, we just kind of make posts to keep everybody updated. We will do events through our Facebook, so that way you can click that you're interested in and they keep popping up to remind you. And then over on the left-hand side, if you scroll down, there is a link that says join. If you click that, it will pop up a page for you to enter information to be able to join our mailing address. So
All
if
right,
you enter that and
I'll
then
join.
just submit it, yeah. And then I do emails very infrequently. So if you get an email from Simply Yoga, it's information about the business or something special coming up or things like that. So I'm not one to send you emails every single day, maybe once or twice a month, maybe.
Okay,
Okay.
that's cool.
Yeah.
And then you had the link on your Facebook to your website here. So
Yeah.
is it kind of like a blog then, it looks like?
So yeah, so we have the website because a lot of yogis don't do Facebook and they needed another option as far as registering for classes, which is where the website come. So on the website, we just kind of keep, again, the same thing, the information where with updates, things that are happening. You have the ability to check the business hours, the different locations that I provide yoga at, and then you can register from classes actually through the website as well.
Oh, great. So this right here is how you would register for your Zoom class?
Um, I don't know what that says. I can't read it.
Oh, sorry, virtual classes.
Yes, schedule. Okay.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I think if you scroll down, it says somewhere on there to sign up for classes or click here or something like that.
Yes, click
Yeah.
here. Yep.
So if you click there, then it will redirect you to my scheduling page. And then
Okay.
there's all the classes that I offer.
Awesome. So I see you do a lot of different types of yoga.
Yes.
Can you kind of give us an overview of what you offer and what's different about each of those types of yoga?
So at the studio, I offer just mat yoga, and I
Okay.
offer different styles. So we have a gentle yoga where most of our practice is done on the floor. We might get up and down off the floor maybe 2 or 3 times throughout the hour. I offer a slow flow, and again, gentle and slow flow is great for beginners because it lets them become familiar with the poses and learn them and be able to, settle into them. And then I offer a all levels style flow. So the all levels, again, you can keep your practice wherever you are that day, or I will give you options to deepen the practice, like maybe inversions, arm balances, all kinds of fun poses like that. So that's what I offer at the studio. At Inner Circle Personal Fitness, the gym there in town, I offer a trapeze yoga. And so trapeze yoga is initially a sling, and it has 3 sets of handles on each side. And we do yoga in the trapeze. So it's great because as you come into the sling, which is only hip distance height off the ground,
Okay.
we invert. And when we invert, it allows full traction of the spine. So it helps to open up the space between the vertebrae and things like that. So that's what's great about the sling. And then the handles allows us to do a lot of like the TRX type workout, like the push pulls to work the chest and the back. So those are the two main types of yoga that I provide. And then in the summertime, I offer a paddleboard yoga.
Oh, great.
So yeah, so that's a lot of fun. That is a setup of 4 people, and last year we did it over at Finley. So I have to kind of wait to see where this whole pandemic thing goes as far as being able to offer that in Finley.
You might have
And then
to paddle 6 feet apart.
right. So actually my anchor system that I have will
Uh-huh.
keep us far enough apart.
Oh, great.
The problem will be is that as the winds shift and the boards move,
Hmm.
sometimes they come up next to each other. So there's that. And then I do the other big thing that I do, and when the weather's nice, is the yoga and wine over at Mattis Yoga or Mattis Winery.
Okay.
So depending on when they open, maybe those events. So and that is a mat yoga. It's a slow flow, so everybody can come and participate.
Yeah.
So
So it seems like
those
you
are
do a
some,
lot.
yeah,
You
yeah,
have a lot to offer.
I
That's
do.
awesome. Is there anything else you can think of that you'd want to share about your business, about what you're looking to do in the future with our viewers?
So I guess the big thing is that with the pandemic and the size of my actual physical location, which is small to begin with, on a normal day, I could fit 8 people in the studio. So it's nice and small and quaint. And with all the restrictions being placed, I have decided to let the physical studio go for now. So that was kind of hard, but actually a few months ago, we actually outgrew the studio. So I had actively been looking for a larger space
Okay.
because classes were selling out. I was having to add more classes. So I think that this is just, it's kind of a blessing in disguise, because I would look at places and then I would just kind of, nope, nope, because it's a big transition. So I've been forced to step back. I will find a larger space where I'm able to actually do in-person classes when the restrictions are lifted. So that's probably the biggest thing right now. So, but when Simply Yoga was started in 2017, I did start as a traveling yoga service. So to bring health and wellness into our community. So I'm just stepping back, just going back to where Simply Yoga started. And yeah, so I still have Inner Circle. And then I've also had another local business downtown actually offer me space in their business when they are closed. So
That's great.
that's awesome. So yeah, so lots of fun things come into Simply Yoga. So we're just going to write it out and keep practicing wherever we're able to.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming on the show today, Tessa. Thank you for telling us about your story, about your business, and helping us to see what you guys are doing to get through this whole
Oh,
situation.
well, thank you. Thank you for having me and sharing the story. And I will be reaching out to you about that whole YouTube thing.
Sounds great. And again, I just want to thank all of our viewers for taking the time to watch this episode as well as our other episodes. Please do remember to like, share, and subscribe. Smash that like button on there. Helps with the YouTube algorithm to get us out there for more people to see. And I do look forward to future episodes. But thank you for joining us this afternoon with another Afternoon with Anthony. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.